The call came in at 3:17 p.m. on a Tuesday. A frantic woman screamed. Her daughter, Lily, was gone, taken by a man in a dark van. The dispatcher tried to calm Paula Green, but panic had already spread. This was the nightmare call, a missing child, a race against time. Police cruisers tore through Oak Creek, sirens blaring. Officers found Paula collapsed on her lawn, pointing to an empty swing set. The description: blonde pigtails, pink dress, white van with no plates. The alert went out. Every officer, every department, every trooper. The search for Lily Green began. The clock was ticking. The city held its breath, waiting for news of Lily. But the truth was stranger than anyone imagined. The system was about to be tested like never before. The emergency response was immediate and massive. The Amber Alert system was activated. Cell phones buzzed statewide. Billboards flashed Lily's face and the suspect van. Millions became potential witnesses. Oak Creek became a command center. Officers from 3 counties, helicopters, K-9 units. Detectives were pulled from other cases. Resources stretched thin. Firefighters and paramedics stood by, ready for the worst. Roadblocks stopped every white van. Volunteers combed fields and woods, calling Lily's name. The sun set, the temperature dropped, and hope faded. The cost, emotional and financial, mounted by the hour. The entire public safety apparatus bent toward one goal: finding Lily. But as the search intensified, cracks in the story began to show. The city's faith in the system was about to be shaken. The urgency was real, but the threat was not. The truth was about to unravel. The system was on the brink. The first inconsistency was small, almost invisible. Detective Miles Corbin noticed Paula's story was too perfect, too rehearsed. Most parents in crisis are scattered. Paula was precise. The front yard showed no tire tracks, no struggle, no footprints. The swing set was untouched. Neighbors, home at the time, saw nothing. No van, no child, no scream. Mrs. Gable, gardening across the street, saw Paula come outside alone, make a call, then start screaming. Her account contradicted everything Paula claimed. The case's foundation was crumbling. Then came the technology. Paula's phone GPS showed she'd been across town at a bus station, not at home. Security footage confirmed it. Paula, calm, buying a ticket for a small child. Lily, safe, holding her mother's hand, boarding a bus to her grandmother's house. The abduction was a lie. The search had been for a ghost. The truth was out. Lily was never missing. The city's relief turned to disbelief. The system had been manipulated. The fallout was just beginning. The search ended, but the questions had only started. The cost of the lie was incalculable. The city was left stunned. The system had been broken from within. The confrontation was quiet. Detective Corbin, Paula, and the truth. He laid out the evidence: GPS data, bus station footage, Mrs. Gable's testimony. Paula's composure cracked, her denials faded. Finally, she confessed. Lily was never kidnapped. She'd sent her daughter to her grandmother's, then staged the abduction. The plan was desperate, reckless, a mother's last-ditch effort in a custody battle. She never imagined the consequences. The news of the hoax hit the command post like a shockwave. Disbelief turned to anger. Hours of searching, hope, and fear wasted. The Amber Alert was cancelled. The search called off. The community felt betrayed. The fallout was immediate. Trust shattered. Resources squandered. Paula's lie had cost her everything. The city demanded answers. The system had been weaponized by a mother's desperation. The question now: why? The answer would reveal a deeper tragedy. The city was left to pick up the pieces. The system would never be the same. The lesson was harsh, but necessary. The cost of a lie had never been higher. The city's faith in the system was shaken. The consequences were just beginning. The story was far from over. The motive was heartbreakingly simple. Paula was losing a custody battle, Facing the loss of her daughter, she saw the legal system as an enemy. She invented a kidnapper, hoping to become a sympathetic victim. If Lily was abducted and found, Paula believed no judge would separate them. She imagined a tearful reunion, a reversal of the custody order. The plan was calculated: weeks of research, coaching Lily, choosing a common white van. She weaponized public empathy and the Amber Alert system. Paula's love for Lily was real, but her fear clouded her judgment. She didn't consider the wasted resources or the real children who might need help. Her world shrank to a single, obsessive goal: keeping her child. In trying to keep Lily, she lost her completely. The tragedy was not just the lie, but the love twisted by desperation. The system had been used as a tool in a personal war. The fallout would change everything. The city mourned not just the lie, but the reason behind it. The lesson was clear: systems must be protected from those who would misuse them. Paula's actions forced a reckoning. The cost was paid by everyone. Paula Green faced severe legal consequences: arrest, multiple charges, and a massive restitution bill. The custody battle ended swiftly. Mark was granted sole custody. Paula only supervised visits. Her actions had achieved the opposite of her intent. The community's sympathy turned to outrage. The case shocked lawmakers. Existing laws felt inadequate. The Paula Green Act was born, a new felony for fabricating child abductions that trigger Amber Alerts. Mandatory prison time, hefty fines, and new protocols followed. Dispatchers and first responders received training to spot red flags. A verification step was added before statewide Amber Alerts. The system had to balance speed with accuracy. The goal: prevent another hoax from hijacking the system. The law was a direct response to the chaos Paula caused. The system adapted, becoming more resilient. The lesson was hard-won. The city moved forward, but the scars remained. The system would never be as trusting again. The Paula Green Act became a warning and a safeguard. The legacy was written in law. The Paula Green hoax changed emergency response forever. The old wisdom, act first, ask later, was replaced by caution. Trust was no longer automatic. Verification became essential. Detectives and dispatchers learned to listen for inconsistencies. A new skepticism entered the system, not cynicism, but necessary defense. The cost fear of delay in real emergencies and a damaged public trust. The community, once united, now hesitated. Would they respond as quickly next time? The Amber Alert's power relies on public faith. Paula's lie weakened that bond. But the system adapted, growing stronger and smarter. The hoax was a painful stress test, revealing and correcting a critical weakness. The legacy is dual: a mother's desperate act and a system's evolution. The story is a warning. Systems to protect the innocent must be protected themselves. The city learned, adapted, and moved forward. The scars remain, but so does the resolve. The Paula Green case is a reminder: trust, but verify. The system endures, wiser and more resilient. The lesson will not be forgotten. The story ends, but its impact endures.